This episode of The Modern Rogue is brought to you by Roman.
Head on over to getroman.com/roguehair. Spell it right, R-O-G-U-E-H-A-I-R. Not like the rabbit. Don't spell it that other way because you want hair, not hairs.
You don't want rouge hairs. You don't want red rabbits.
Red rabbits, not red rabbits. We're talking about the stuff that makes you look good on your head. Free 2-day shipping, free online consultation. Keep us in business, and no red rabbits.
Something pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah, pirates.
Like piracy or pirates?
Either. I don't care.
I don't know if that's spooky enough for Halloween.
What about spooky pirates? See, they're like spooky, and they're like, we love BitTorrent.
That's better, but I don't know.
I didn't know this much smoke was gonna come.
It is a little spooky with
Hey,
that
Cheech
much.
and Chong. What about this? This is spooky for Halloween,
Ouija
right?
board?
Yeah, Ouija board.
No, it's great. We did it 5 years ago, though.
Oh, so you must have covered how America's first patent battle was over the Ouija board.
Sorry, what?
Oh, well, you definitely had to have covered the 1853 Michael Faraday experiments with table tipping and the ideomotor response.
I don't think so.
That must have not been in the edit.
Well, you definitely had to cover how it wasn't considered demonic until the movie The Exorcist. I'll put this away. I'll come back for Scam Nation. You don't need me for Modern Rogue this time.
I think it's time for us to revisit the Ouija board.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, Joe Diamond, I understand the basics of the ideomotor response. We talked about the Ouija board before, but I get the strong impression that there's a lot more to the story that I don't know.
Lots more. When I said America's first patent battle was over the Ouija board, it technically wasn't true because it was actually over the planchette. Originally, there was a piece of lead in this that people would use to write for automatic writing. So, William Fuld patented the board to try and get around the fact that there was a item similar to the other patent. Didn't work, and they went to court over it, which is funny because this exists because of the patent system, and yet people are more terrified of this than the planchette, even though this is technically the oracle. This is just an indicator.
If I remember correctly, I think the whole Ouija was falsely claimed to be the French word for yes and the German word for yes.
There's lots of theories. There's nothing conclusive about it.
Got it.
There's a theory that it spelled its own name, but there's no actual record of it. Like most Ouija board facts, it's all a friend of a friend of a friend.
Right. At least tell me this much, that we didn't get it wrong, that everything is based on the ideomotor response.
Yep.
When you have a whole bunch of fingers on here, there are small micromuscular movements that everybody's making, and at some point kind of a unspoken consensus happens, and you end up at various letters. It is the kind of thing that you can fool yourself with, but it's really just showing you what you expect to see.
Absolutely, and that's the one problem with this, because you can say that to people and they'll flat out say, oh, but I still think it was ghosts. So Brian, what if there was a way we could prove that it was us moving it and not ghosts?
First of all, I assume that somebody would have another excuse as to why it's still ghosts.
Yes,
But
sure.
I would love to see your method.
Sure. This is based on the 1853 experiment by Michael Faraday. He actually did it with table tipping.
Oh wait,
originally.
Now, Faraday, like Faraday cages, same guy?
If you're talking about a scientist, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay,
I don't know.
good.
This
That
is
works.
the extent of my knowledge.
That works.
We should point out that table tipping is pretty much ideomotor response writ large, where
Yes.
everybody puts their hands on the table and all those little tremors, they begin to get, especially on a table that, again, back in the 1800s, they weren't all perfectly machined, so sometimes the floor would be a little bit wobbly, everything would begin to shake and go absolutely nuts.
Think of this as a very tiny table.
Okay.
So, let's do this. What Faraday did is he put stacks of cardboard around the table surface. For this, we'll just do a pack of cards. That'll make it nice and easy for this. And we'll get a piece of string, which will represent our ghostly force. Now, if each of you could put your hands on the cards, lightly, this will be our test condition. If it's truly not you moving it and another force, like a ghost or this cord,
Right.
if I pull, you'll notice the planchette starts moving and you're dragging behind. So
And
just
the
follow
cards
it.
slip
yeah,
off.
Yeah, and you're following it so
We're,
you
we're,
can
we're
see.
providing active resistance
Yes.
to the force.
Yep,
yeah.
exactly. So let's reset. So now let's do it again. So put your hands on the cards.
Yes.
My fingers are ready.
Yes. Yep. And we'll ask spirits, How many ghosts are on the property of Modern Rogue World Headquarters?
Oh my God. The spirits are
Starting to
speaking.
go. It's starting to go.
They're speaking.
It's going to...
9 ghosts.
0.
No, 0.
Okay,
0.
but notice, take your hands away. Notice, you went first.
So this busts
we
us.
pushed.
It is definitely...
This was Faraday's experiment?
Yes, it is. So this proves that it's definitely coming from you.
Yeah.
And not an outside force that you're just gently following along. It
Okay.
is truly coming from you. There's one other way to prove it's genuinely coming from you.
Yes.
This time, we'll do a literal double-blind experiment. Each of you close your eyes.
Okay.
And
I'm a little
I'll put your hands on the planchette. Again, let's see if the spirits once again go over to 0 when I ask how many spirits are on property. Spirits, how many ghosts are on property at Modern Rogue World Headquarters?
This is amazing because I'm feeling it move on its own, and I genuinely don't know where it's headed.
Corey, you're not moving?
No.
You're not moving?
I mean, I'm.
Oh, you're coming over close to the 0. You're coming very close. Oh, almost. You're almost right on top of the 0.
believe any
You're
of this.
almost. Okay, stop. Open your eyes. You'll see. Oh, we flipped the board without you knowing. You went to where 0 used to be. So this proves that it's your
That's pretty good.
unconscious and not a spirit outside of you.
But it's so good, that idiomotor response,
Yes.
it really feels like, because both of us would swear on a stack of Bibles that we're not actively pushing anything, we're just feeling it move.
And that's the thing too, the fact that this isn't ghosts, the fact that it's your own minds doing this, at least to me, is way more amazing and way more profound.
Which would you rather speak to? A dead old person or your own subconscious?
Exactly.
Like, that's the better
Exactly.
story, and that's the one that's based on
And that
reality.
makes sense why people who are terrified of these things get really, really spooked. Quick story about my dear departed friend, Kevin. He got one of these and he was raised very religious, and he decided, after playing with it by himself, it freaked him out too much, he's gonna burn it in the backyard. And it wouldn't catch fire, and it wouldn't catch fire. He had to pour lighter fluid, it just wouldn't catch fire. Barely singed, he had to like break it apart and peel it and finally get it to burn. And as he's telling me this, he's getting more and more into the story, and I just didn't have the heart to tell him. Parker Brothers makes all their board games out of flame retardant material. So, Kevin, wherever you are, I'm sorry I didn't tell you that.
By the way, I do think it's worth noting that if you want to try this without an actual Ouija board, you could get the same effect by just dangling a pendulum. You can
or
think of it going forward and
putting
backwards.
a piece of lead on this and having it write out, just like the original.
That's automatic
writing.
Like
Yep.
pencil lead.
Yeah, pencil lead.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Because we've all played all of these games before, and we've all had that scary moment. Everybody in the comments, I want your very best, I'm a skeptic, but story.
Yeah,
where
oh,
you
let's
get-
hear your Ouija board stories.
Yeah,
I
right?
want to hear them. Let's have them be first person, not a friend of a friend of a friend. Like, let's hear the Ouija board stories that have actually come from you. What it
Yeah.
spell, what happened, did the lights flicker? I want to hear it.
And in the meantime, where can people see more of your stuff?
At Joe Diamond Live on all social media and JoeDiamondLive.com.
Oh,
Sorry.
Got your soul.
Oh no!
don't ever touch a magician.
Jason Murphy, I'm terrified. One day I'm gonna turn 35 and then I'll be one of the 2/3 of men who notice that his hair is beginning to go away.
Are you Benjamin Button? Are you buttoning? You're going backwards to turn 35.
Theoretically, I might be approaching 35 and I might be thinking to myself, I wanna keep what I got, maybe grow some more hair back, but I don't want any of that fake gas station pill nonsense. I want real medicine from real scientists.
You can get actual licensed healthcare professionals visiting you in the comfort of your own home.
Go on.
No shame. You don't have to go out in public. You don't have to go into some office with weirdos and other people.
Do I have to admit that I might already be past the age of 35?
No, well, not to me or them.
Okay,
It's none of their business.
Good.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we should go over to GetRoman.com/roguehair, talk to an actual professional, get 2-day free shipping and a free consultation, all while keeping our show in business?
You can do it on the phone, on your laptop. They come to you over the interwebs and give you a free consultation, and you get a month free on a quarterly plan.
Ha ha, gotcha.
Did you?
Gotcha. Time traveled. I'm crazy old. 35 is way in the rearview mirror. Why do I look so young and sexy and virile?
Benjamin Button.
I'll never tell. But the answer is at GetRoman.com/roguehair.
Rogue hair. R-O-G-U-E-H-A-I-R. It's
Yeah.
very important you spell it correctly.
Yeah, otherwise you get red rabbits.
You don't want that.
I mean, you get enough of them on you, just make a helmet.
I want a rabbit pelt
A
wig.
rabbit, yeah. Just be like, no, this is natural.
Offer and link in the description below.
Right? Oh, super spooky. Yeah, get over here. Come. Jesus. God damn it.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you! I smell like a high school hallway.